Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Get With the Brogram. Can't tell you what number it is because God knows what number episode this is, but we are ready.
Trial after trial.
You never pay attention.
Doesn't matter. Here for another episode. Anyways, boys, so there's been a lot of crazy shit going on in the world. I want to talk about, y'all want to talk about
Bill and Melinda Gates.
Bill and motherfucking
What might be the most expensive divorce other than the fucking Amazon one.
Bezos.
Bezos. Is it a competition this year?
Do you think the wives, like the ex-wives, formed a club and they're like congregating?
Maybe that's
shit?
what it is. I think
Most
there's
expensive, most monetizing club.
Yes.
So who's next?
I think there's a movie that's gonna come out directed by Tyler Perry where all the richest wives in America get together and start bitching about their husbands.
It's gonna be another Medea movie.
Yeah, another Medea movie.
Wait,
Medea goes to court.
Medea the mastermind.
Medea goes to the mansion.
Yo, could you imagine that?
Medea is like rounding up all the hoochies, bro, and they're all fucking.
We gonna get all the shares of Coca-Cola. I read earlier that this Melinda Gates has 25 million shares of Coca-Cola now after this divorce.
And that doesn't include Microsoft and whatever else shit they own.
Boy,
Nuts.
you did the numbers earlier, right? What was it? It was like 100.
Just from Coca-Cola, excuse me, 1.3 billion.
1.3
As
billion.
it currently stands.
That's some expensive dick she was on, bro.
Do we happen to know how much she contributed to the overall success that came with the
I think she
company?
was involved.
Was she?
On some real shit.
Okay.
I think.
At least with the organization Bill and Melinda Gates
Shit, they had a foundation together.
Which
Okay,
it's like a charity plus their scholarships.
I was reading up on it.
I don't know how much though Microsoft and
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look, I understand it. Maybe not. It wasn't completely equal 50-50, but you know, she contributed. She deserves.
I'm willing to say this. All right. Would Microsoft still exist without Melinda? Maybe. Would it be as successful as it is today? Maybe not. You know, I'm willing to give Melinda credit. I'm willing to give Melinda credit.
half though.
All right, maybe not half, but like
brother-
a third.
Brother
sure.
Chris is very passionate. Can you dull your passion like a few inches back?
Oh, I'm sorry. My niggas tell me I'm too fucking loud.
What do you guys think the fallout happened? Like, why? How did this happen? What did it come to this?
Oh, so, you know, interestingly enough, I was like trying to read as to what the causes might be. Of course, they're not going to be forthright about it. You know what I mean? But there are some experts, some people that study relationships, you know, experts, quotations, Time Magazine was writing about it. So one expert was like, apparently divorce rates have been decreasing over the last couple of years, except for those 50 and above, right? So that has stayed relatively constant in terms of divorce rate.
Wait.
Yeah.
In terms of individuals,
Divorce has
50.
been decreasing.
That's what I'm saying. That's pretty
Recently.
surprising.
Okay. Oh,
Wait, but to
I mean, the
clarify,
bar was already really fucking high.
It was.
To clarify, you're saying decreasing in those that are ages 50 and below. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like motherfuckers are like 30, 40, haven't been getting divorced as much. But if you were like 50 and above, that generation, the generation I'm talking about, I'm not going to point no fingers, whatever. Name no names.
Fucking boomers.
But
they're still.
but they still on that bullshit, right?
Actually makes sense to me, to be honest with you.
So one of the experts was like, I feel as if those who are more financially stable, right, have the capability to separate easily, without having to worry about financial concerns and therefore do more often.
Okay.
Therefore, put that in layman's terms, if you got money, bitch, and you want to break up with your nigga because he's not making you happy, do that shit. As soon as that shit starts to seem sour, you got opportunities. I don't need this nigga.
She don't necessarily have to have
Find Usher.
money.
Find Usher like that episode we were watching of Boondocks.
She don't really have to have money as long as he's got money.
As long as you got the Usher bucks, that's it.
If he
all
has
it is.
money,
She's
we
got
have
money.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If she's got money, she got money.
there's no prenup. There was no prenup. No prenuptial agreement.
So who's next on the list? We got Elon Musk. Because Bill Gates is number 4.
Wait, didn't he already get divorced?
Is Elon Musk?
Did he get divorced already?
I know he's already been divorced. He's probably with someone else.
I don't know about none of their wives and stuff.
Yeah.
But hold on, real quick before we move on from the Gates. This nigga was meeting up with his ex-chick, like, annually in a, cabin without his wife. Like, that was, an agreement they had.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I'm not saying
Like
that
the memes say, he was giving her that third dose, the exclusive third dose.
Yeah.
People don't waste time.
He was finna give her the PowerPoint in that shit.
Could you imagine this shit? And then earlier we were talking about how he asked the ex permission before he married Melinda.
Yeah.
That's some shit,
Bro, all right, so
Okay. Wait.
me and my girl
Simp?
finna simp.
No, look.
For
So-
which one?
Come on. I mean,
Yes.
Wait. Asking who is now your ex permission to date someone else? Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
So George, So George, as the only one in a relationship here on the program, what if your girl came to you? Yeah. What if you're the one? What if your girl came to you and you found out she had asked permission from her ex before dating you? Like how would you react to that? Because I can't imagine that shit.
With bullets? With bullets. There's only one way to react, nigga, with violence. I'm sorry. And I am a reasonable
motherfucker while he was wearing a stupid cop uniform trying to start beef. But like, this is a dude that looks for problems. So she's asking him permission. You got this shit
That's
twisted.
some crazy shit.
Yeah, you got this shit twisted. There's something still there. Why are you asking in the past permission for the future?
George's ex is fucking law enforcement. This nigga should be fuck the police more than anybody. On anybody in here.
With the amount of times I've been stopped by the Sweetwater cops, shit. But
This
the
is
same thing for
looking
you.
for
I have someone
This
who
is
was in
looking for
family who
you,
was
bro.
law
You're on the
enforcement.
list. So it's like, yo, I need this motherfucker. Like, find him immediately.
You know what's funny?
Fuck that.
I've been stopped by Sweetwater cops a lot, and I don't live in Sweetwater. I live in Cutler Bay. I live very far
Because
from
that's
here.
all they do, bro.
You know,
Like,
you know what's
bored.
funny? I lived near here or in Sweetwater my entire life. Never once been stopped by a Sweetwater cop.
Except with me.
Except that one time.
Except with my black
but
guy.
technically,
He was driving while black.
technically,
Twice, by the way. Twice.
Hold up. That was Westchester first, all technically. And the one time we actually had some shit. We weren't technically stopped. We were already stopped. They didn't stop us. It doesn't count.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were in emotions.
I'm just saying. We said stop.
They stopped our way to freedom. We were free, and then we weren't free.
We walked free, didn't we?
Not really. We had to show up in court. We don't gotta talk about that on the program.
Bunch of fucking bitches.
I've never had any issues
I mean,
with law
no, I met one cool one.
No, but on the speaking of that shit, asking your ex, right? So the part of that sticks out to me is his ex. Could you imagine, like, you're in the middle of the night, you're sleeping, it's like calm, and then you get a call from your ex, and it's like 2 a.m, and they're like, "Look, I know we've had something special. I need to know if you're okay marrying this woman. We haven't talked in 3 years. Is that a yes?"
Okay, I just want to see if there was still a shot. Anyway,
All the
Melinda,
vaccinations.
that's a yes.
All,
We're
the,
like-
all the
be strong.
vaccinations that everybody got is basically Bill Gates' Tinder. It's like an activation. It's like,
On
all right, yo, I'm
God.
single right now.
What kind of
I
conspiracy?
need somebody to hook up with real quick.
First Bill Gates with that crazy dose of vaccine, and now
I'm
Elon
telling
Musk
you,
with the
no,
Neuralink. We're gonna be fucked.
And listen, if
He-
Bill
he
Gates
has
shows up
some-
on my Tinder, I'm swiping right.
He
I'm
has
just
some
saying.
type of device, bro. It just activates into your shoulder wherever you got the shot. It's like, oh, what is this?
Did you say for Bill Gates you're swiping right?
Niggas Bill Gates. Even if I get
So
half
you're
of that
not.
half,
So you're not completely straight. Your straight has a dollar value.
about 160
He's like money talks.
billion.
Money talks.
What are you willing to do though? What do you mean by
What is your ass worth
swipe
to you?
right?
What? What is he wanting to do?
What is my?
Yes.
That's literally the
Yes.
question.
What is your ass?
That's literally the question.
What's the value to your
The
ass?
answer is yes.
I ain't never thought about it.
Apparently you have a
That's what I
price.
heard and I
What are
wasn't
you-
expecting.
Bill Gates right now has a checkbook. He's waiting. What is the price?
I pitch though. I got to pitch.
All right, so
He's
then
not, he's not
there's
catching.
still
He's
there's still
not
pressure.
catching for the same team. bro.
160
He's
bill?
pitching.
But
160 bill
for you to pitch,
for me to pitch.
Wait, he's gonna be his entire net worth? I mean,
Everything. I'm gonna need all that bread.
that's
Chris is not good on his knees, is what he's saying.
I'm not. I'm not. Generally speaking, one time because for all y'all out there that don't have like Haitian fathers, one time my father punished me by kneeling on rice, on cook.
that shit hurts.
I don't. Ever since then, I don't get on my knees for anything. Even in church. Remember when we used to be in church and they used to tell you to get on the pew? I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. It's like, nah, I know,
Bad
I know
memories.
the pain.
What are you, that proud gangster from Key and Peele? Hey, sick, Chris. Nah, I'm good.
Oh, son.
It's like, yo,
Sittings for pussies.
I'm not that local, bro. Chill.
Yo. That shit's fucking wild.
It's like, yo, you're local, but not in an entertaining way, bro.
But fucking divorce in our country, I'm glad to hear that it is getting somewhat mitigated, you know, as far as us developing as a society are. I don't know why Bill and his wife might have gotten divorced, but I'm happy to hear that it's becoming mitigated by our.
On the other hand, man,
more reasonable.
my man's gonna be single with all that money. That's gonna be wow.
Why you think
That sounds fun.
White boy summer? White boy summer?
white boy summer.
You can be out on these streets.
White boy summer.
If I see Bill, what if we become boys with Bill Gates? Like we see him in the club, we're like, what, Bill?
Could you
You gonna be like program?
sponsor?
We about to give him the outlook.
Yo, if he sponsors, I'll make a fucking Windows out of these little fucking sound panels right now.
Yeah.
Dog, I'll buy an Android right now.
Of course.
We'll throw this Mac out the window and buy a Windows.
The channel will excel.
Word.
And the conversation is over. Sports rituals are weird, right, guys?
No, my man. Didn't you want to talk
Sports
about the
rituals.
NFL draft?
Oh, I did want to talk about the NFL draft. All right. Bro, I want to specifically talk about the NFL Dolphins. The Dolphins fucking smacked it up in the draft.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
All right, I don't want to say all that, but we are getting
goal to goal
yeah,
like nobody's ever seen,
we're
baby.
getting there. I think we're gonna be a fucking playoff team, definitive playoff team. I think we're gonna at least we will. You know what? I'll say it. We'll make an AFC championship.
Yeah, word. You think so? This is the year
I think this is the year.
because now we gotta overtake. We gotta overtake the Bills. We gotta overtake a new. We gotta overtake a new Patriots. Mac Jones.
I don't trust.
Oh,
Well, Mac Jones ain't gonna even
real
play.
quick, did you see the video of the new Jets quarterback?
Zach Wilson
Zach Wilson, where he's basically like
surrounded by black dudes,
died.
and they started throwing up.
It's like
hands up.
suburban dudes, and he's just looking around like,
He looks scared.
what is going on right now, man? Like, I don't know where this man is from, but you saw he was just completely. I don't know what you guys are
Yeah,
doing.
they're like jerking off in the background.
No.
Y'all didn't see that because they didn't have the camera on them. They're doing like this.
My
And
hands
we're
are
trying to
visible.
talk.
First of all, my hands are visible.
They're jerking off in the background.
I was
Anyway,
here when Patrick like here talking shit.
George being a middle schooler.
we have an audience, and they're jerking off on the audience. We don't ever have an audience.
Not on, towards.
You're not, thank you.
On is worse.
Distinction.
All right, Bill Cosby. You trying to avoid a case?
Wouldn't it have been Louis C.K. or some shit?
How?
That was his
Louis
thing.
C.K. did jerk off
Yeah,
on
you
somebody.
jerked off on somebody.
Or like,
No,
on the phone with somebody.
Yeah, which by the way, how much of that is the other individual's fault? By the way, I know it's a tangent, but I mean,
a lot, but
I mean, in fairness,
if you walked in and someone's jerking off, you're gonna stand there, look, and call the police. You're gonna get the fuck out.
I'm gonna get out.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna close the door.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Part of it might. I'm not gonna say it. Never
Yeah,
mind.
whatever.
All right, never mind.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Continue.
Dolphins.
You know, along the same realm. Like we're on the same page over here.
Right.
Point is, all right. Point is,
The
you
realms of a
know,
madman.
I really feel like the Dolphins, the way they drafted Jalen Waddle, you know, I feel like Jalen Waddle's gonna be an extremely impactful receiver in the game that we have right now. He has a lot of breakaway speed. You mentioned that he was gonna be working in the slot, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting because we got all these playmakers, Devontae Parker, and they added Will Fuller this year.
Yes.
Which I think is going to be big time.
He's got breakaway speed for real.
Yeah.
I think he's a burner.
And
Definitely.
I mean, we'll see what Jeremy Grant does this year because he's a fast motherfucker too.
Mm-hmm.
But he's small. He doesn't have the
Jakeem
hands.
Grant, no?
Jakeem Grant.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
Jakeem Grant.
He's got the speed. Preston Williams
He's a gadget guy.
Preston Williams is up and down, but he's got the skill set. So Tua's got the skill set.
Tua
players.
has talent there to be able to succeed. So, and I think his offensive line will at least be average somewhere in
That's what I'm hoping,
around
man.
15. You know, the O-line, as far as it goes on offense, is probably the most questionable unit on the offense. Unless you want to bring up halfback. I don't think
I
we
think
have
the
an elite
biggest thing
halfback.
that you could look at the Dolphins is who's going to be their RB, who's going to be their
Yeah,
back.
they're running back because they were supposed to get like an elite running back.
Because they were trying to draft a running back, and I think the Broncos, they traded up
to get like, who was it?
to get.
It wasn't Michael
I
Carter.
don't remember who it was, but they traded up to get the
It
RB
was
that they wanted.
Najee Harris, Travis Etienne. I know
And-
Carter was a beast out of college coming out, but there was like somebody that they were targeting.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens with them, man.
Supposedly.
But like that secondary, that defense overall is going to be solid,
Bro,
like they were last year.
I'm not gonna lie. I developed a man crush on this nigga coming out of college out of UM, Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, that's your boy, bro.
Bro, I want him to go to Giants.
I know you
so
did.
bad.
I know you
son.
did.
This
Yeah.
nigga is like 6'5" ish, like fucking 270 pounds. Dude is built
He's crazy.
to kill.
That's a big
Off
boy.
the edge. This nigga's
Big ass boy
big,
running you like a
son.
train, man.
And his story, he was at another college before, got like 3
he-
concussions.
I believe he was at UCLA.
Yeah, he was at UCLA. He's
From the
UCLA
start.
transfer, right? So redshirted for a year because of the transfer rules, and then fucking killed it his fucking last year over there. Fucking got like 15 and a half tackles, sacks, no tackles for losses, and then like 10 sacks, some shit around those numbers.
Yeah.
Dude was a beast.
My whole favorite story about the whole thing is that obviously after he He finished the season. He had to go back to LA, his hometown, and then he gets drafted.
And
He's
he
like,
gets
fuck, man, I gotta
right
move
back to Miami.
Like, come on, man.
Back to the 305. You know you wanted it. You know you wanted
but
it.
he's excited about it. I'm excited about it.
I'm
I
happy
can't
to
wait
have
see
him
what
here,
happens,
bro.
man.
I think he's a good dude. I've read a lot about him. A lot of people were worried about his injuries, but I'm the type I'd rather take a swing on a dude that's a top, because without those concussions, he's a top 5 talent.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's the biggest drawback with what the Dolphins drafted is that they drafted a lot of guys that are injury prone, but they're very high skill set players. So it's like a swing.
A very volatile team.
Yeah, but I mean, if it works out, it could definitely, it puts them over the top for real.
it's boom or bust, but I like to bet against Brady, so I'm the type of nigga that says swing for the fences.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Swing for the fences.
You know what?
The payout
Is that put
makes
all
it
my money in
worth
real
it.
quick?
You know what, man? Keep doing it. Keep betting against Brady.
The day I
One
win,
day you'll be right. Yeah. It'll be worth all the
I
thousands
told
of
you.
dollars.
I'm gonna say I told you.
Yeah.
It's crazy what human beings can rationalize. Chris will win one time. I've
Out of
lost
like
millions,
11.
but joke's on him. Joke's on him.
But Brady lost his 27th Super Bowl. it's against him.
Mr. Can't fit all his rings on 2 hands.
You saw what he said.
He wears them on his
about-
toes.
You saw what he said that he would take back 2 Super Bowls to
get the
to
undefeated
win the one
season.
against the Giants.
Yes.
to go undefeated.
And I'm glad that nigga lost. Thank you.
Yeah, honestly, bro.
I'm starting to wonder if there's something supernatural about this dude. Like he's defying so much logic.
It just, you know what bothers me?
Physicality.
The day I heard he got transferred. The way that when he decided to sign with the Tampa Buccaneers after leaving New England, right? I'm like, oh, and the Super Bowl is going to be held in New England. There's no way that this motherfucker has left New England for the first time in his life. Is going to sign to Tampa, right? And the Tampa Buccaneers are going to host the Super Bowl, and he's going to just go ahead and win it in one season. I'm like, that's too convenient. I should for sure be able to bet that he'll lose, and it'll for sure come true.
Should.
Bodied.
But the problem is that the mistake you're about to make before you make it, and
He's gonna do it anyway. He's gonna do
How can he
it every
manipulate
time.
destiny the way that
You're just like, hey, you know what? I'm fucking in. I'm going all in. It can't happen to me this time.
What is this bullshit anime plot armor that he seems to fucking get away with?
Brady has plot armor confirmed.
It's
bro.
garbage.
He's the main character of a shonen.
Yo,
He's not gonna lose.
Yo, so we've all heard of like athletes doing crazy rituals. Maybe he has like super fucking Santeria ritual he does that works. Like some crazy shit.
For those who don't know,
Like,
Santeria is that like
every-
black magic that some Hispanics
We don't know what he's
and
doing.
Latinos
Whatever he's doing is
do.
working.
That nigga can't pronounce Santeria. He's so white.
Every
He doesn't
time,
got to understand. He just does it.
every time Chris makes a bet against him, he gets like a tingling feeling. He's
He
like,
gets stronger.
Yeah, he just gets even better.
This motherfucker is betting against me again.
You know what's funny?
I'm going all in.
And there was one bet that I made that same season, right, where he was playing the Chicago Bears, and that's the same game where he could have won, but he forgot it was 4th down. He thought it was 3rd and threw the ball away.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Okay, another play," and everybody's like, "No, that was the last play," and he was there like, "What?"
Fourth
And I
down,
was
bro.
That was like that
crying.
J.R. Smith moment.
Yeah.
Like 20 billion years in NFL has never happened to him, and all of a sudden he got Alzheimer's
I'm
randomly.
telling you, bro. It's just he just has it out against
I hate that nigga.
Hater, fucking A, bro.
Ass boy,
You should
bro.
be grateful. Like your team beat him twice.
My team beat him twice, yeah, I guess, but not.
But you
today's
still lost
today.
a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
Betting
Well,
Brady.
in fairness, when my team beat him twice, I wasn't old enough to gamble. So, today's
guess,
today.
I guess.
But you want to talk about sports, Richard?
Yeah, so I find it interesting, right? We're speaking about football. I find it really interesting how I feel like usually, right, the stereotype is guys are a little more logical, right? Girls are a little more emotional.
The stereotype.
Right, but then I hear some of these stories, right, of what they believe these pregame rituals that they believe really make a difference, and I'm like, there's nothing logical about this at all. What the fuck kind of bullshit? Like, and it's crazy because it starts as something small. Like I saw one dude on the Blackhawks, right, the Chicago Blackhawks. He just simply flicks a cigarette over his shoulder. That's all he does.
Oh, he does?
Or used to. I think that was like back in the day. But he used to, right? Then it gets a little stranger. Then I saw one dude also in the NHL that what he does is during halftime, he has a beer, which is not that big of a deal, but it has to have exactly 2 ice cubes. No more, no less. Like if you bring him 1 or 3, anything that's not 2, like he legitimately can't, like the rest of the game is shit.
Did I hear that? I'm pretty sure, like I had seen a while back that Drake can only like write his songs on a BlackBerry or some shit.
I
Like, there
saw
isn't, like, a
that.
BlackBerry
Yeah, that he
available.
needs
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
specifically like the
He
notes.
needs someone to get him a BlackBerry. The lyrics are gonna be off.
Maybe it reminds him of all those late night emotional conversations and shit.
Maybe.
On what was it, BBM? Or BBM?
100%. This nigga wrote Pop Star on his first BlackBerry because that Pop Star track with Justin Bieber in the video.
Was too much. Nah, Pop Star was like a hit.
That nigga was smoking.
You go back to like his older albums, like Take Care, all of his slow stuff. That's all BlackBerry.
That's all.
Oh yeah,
That's all BlackBerry.
that track Uptown with Bumby on it.
So the same Drake that will take like a girl in GTA and take her to a better part of town. That's the one that uses the BlackBerry.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. So what kind of phone did he write? What the fuck is it called? You used to call me on my. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, you.
Chris, I don't think you understand.
I wanted to hate that song so bad.
I did hate that song.
I wanted to hate it, and it just kept, like
You
it just
used to
yelled
call
me
me
on
on
myself.
your phone.
I used to be hating on it, and then I started doing the dance.
Hey, let's go.
Exactly.
That shit hit, right? It slapped.
Patrick used to rock that dance, and he
Yo,
swore
Patrick
he
would
was
be in the
amazing
living
at
room
it.
like this. All
Patrick, is that
fucking.
true?
A few weeks ago.
That song low key slap. I hate to admit it.
It did.
You're on the beach, you're coming out, you're on vacation, and you're just like, you hit it with the dance.
No, the thing is, you don't even want to. It just comes naturally. He's like, fuck, I gotta do it.
Yeah, you gotta hit it with the fucking.
I never did it once. I did not like that song. I didn't fuck with it. There are some stupid songs that get stuck in my head. Like, what's this? What's that? WAP. WAP. Not WAP specifically, but that background hose in this. That shit would, bro. That shit was stuck in my head for
that
days.
part was fucking genius.
But anyway, back to what
Sports rituals?
So, yes, because there was one I really wanted. Because this one I found was so weird. So Jason Terry, right? What he does is he will sleep the night before in the shorts of the opposing team, but not just like shorts like, oh, you're gonna go to Walmart and buy shorts for, I don't know, for the Celtics. No. He gets the authentic ones, like the NBA ones they use in games, and he sleeps in those shorts.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
That is fucking ludicrous to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Superstition, bro. Like, to a whole.
The way people rationalize some shit.
Whatever.
Do you guys have
whatever
any?
gives them confidence.
Do you guys have any rituals as fans?
No.
Nothing.
Any rituals?
As fans.
My father does. He has this fucking old ass Dolphins towel since like the night. Like he got it when Dan Marino was still playing. What bothers me is they sucked for years and he's had the towel. He still believes in the towel for some inexplicable fucking reason. My father's one of these retarded fans. He thinks every year is gonna be a Super Bowl.
What if one day
I hope
though?
my father never watches it.
What if one day the towel gets lost and the Dolphins are not worse?
I was gonna say no. I was gonna say the Dolphins actually win, right? And
But that's the obvious answer. It's funny if it's worse.
Maybe the towels are the reason.
It doesn't matter. My dad will somehow they've won. It's the towel's fault. They've lost. It's because he didn't shake the towel enough.
It's always something, bro.
One time, I remember they were in playoffs, and I was still a kid at the time, right? My father cried actual tears in the living room. Me and my older brother laughed at him, and then he fucking dried the tears with the Dolphins towel. He was cheering them.
And nah, bro.
It was the funniest shit. I will never forget that shit. On his deathbed, I'll remind him.
Bro, so back in the Big Three era of the Heat, 2012. This was during when they played the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they were down 3-2 going into Boston. This is the game when LeBron went off. He scored 45 points. Bro, like, me as a fan, like anybody that knows me personally, that I'm a fucking livid as Miami Heat fan. I will literally do anything to fucking believe that they're going to pull some shit off. So at this point, I'm desperate. I'm like, something has to happen. I get every single jersey, any Miami Heat gear that I have, and I start posting it, like I start hanging it everywhere in my room. Like I need that energy just around my room.
Sick.
Right now, bro.
Sending positive vibes.
No, like you see this jersey, just imagine like 12 of them around my room, and then imagine all the t-shirts, imagine all the shorts, imagine the socks,
Candles?
imagine the hot
Candles?
The shrine?
It smells like
I got a Miami Heat candle just in the middle of the room. It smells
A
like
bit of
fucking,
D-Wade here.
It smells like fucking victory, motherfucker.
like
and you know what? They won the finals that year.
And
So
it was you.
know what?
You're taking credit?
So you know what? That's all me.
That was you.
Brian.
Oh,
That
okay.
was all me,
Came up,
motherfucker.
that's all
Hey,
me.
Cameron, you
Stay
see me
true,
right
that's
now? I'm gonna take the Finals MVP. Fuck you, Brian. You and fucking LA right now.
You know what?
I'm gonna take that shit.
That's what
Program gets sued.
That's why the fans do it. The fans want to feel like these niggas that play basketball in high school are like, I'm part of the team.
That's why when they win, we won. When you lose, they're like, these fucking
These bums.
It's like, this shit, y'all lost. I ain't lose.
That's why these niggas do it, bro. That's fucking
bro, I'm telling
amazing.
you.
I haven't gotten to that point yet. Hopefully, I would never will. But Well, what the fuck? We're gonna talk about Joe Rogan.
No. The next was
You have another ritual that was weird?
No, it was the Madden curse. Were we going to discuss that?
Madden curse? We want to go to Madden curse next?
Didn't you have some players that you thought of?
We do, but I kind of want to just go to Joe Rogan.
Go to Joe Rogan.
'Cause I just thought of some funny shit. But anyway.
Okay.
Run with it.
So Joe Rogan, right? I want to talk about Joe Rogan, right? And transgender. He was talking about transgenders in sports, right?
Okay.
And Joe Rogan was specifically talking about Phelan Fox, right? Male who's been fighting as a female. And that
without
division.
letting the institutions know.
They didn't know.
No.
All right. Looking back, it was obvious.
Yeah, looking back, it was obvious.
Retrospectively, we should have seen
these
this.
women got. Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
but he was going on, or he's like, not to say that Joe Rogan was disrespectful. I think he was reasonable in the way he described it. Saying that if you want to identify as a woman, if you want to be perceived that way, that's your prerogative. I'm all good with that. But there are certain anatomical advantages you get being born a male: bone structure, the thickness of certain body parts, etc.
Muscle density.
Exactly.
And of course, the insane levels of testosterone in comparison to women.
Exactly.
And this lady could be on TRT or whatever.
Hormone. It's not going to be comparable
to this biologically male.
She has a natural advantage despite the loss of her penis, which she gave up.
So should he or she fight with the males?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to identify as a woman, then
That's fine.
say that women can do anything a man can do. Sure, be a man, transition to a woman, and beat other men.
Out of the interest and fairness, fight other men. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just listen, man.
Put that
These
female in
women, these women got worked.
Yeah.
Because they're basically fighting, right? Someone who is equally as talented as they are, however, has every single physical capability and advantage by a long shot.
Exactly.
Right? Significantly more testosterone. Even if these women were on roids, they wouldn't catch up to him because of that level of testosterone. Even if he was taking estrogen to lower his testosterone would still be way higher than all of these women.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is an
Muscle density,
oversimplification.
the bone density, it's. You can't just put on a wig and say, now I'm not Terry Crews, I'm Teresa Cruz.
Right. And then think it's going to be okay. I don't care if Terry Crews cut off his dick 16 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Ain't none of you. I can't fight him. I don't know about y'all.
It's just not fair,
Dude's 250.
And then you have a lot of these males transitioning to women, not even going through all of these therapies and hormone changes and all that stuff, which not that it will make such a difference, but it will make at least some difference.
Right.
They literally just say, I identify as a... Right now, I could go identify as a female and start fighting women of my weight class if I cut down to like 145 somehow.
My problem with the entire concept is, and there was a fighter that came out and said that she supports Phelan Fox's admission that she wants to fight in the female division and that she'd be happy to fight her. And there were other fighters that said that they would not be enamored with the concept, right? For obvious reasons. It's an unfair advantage, and there are safety concerns as well because they're fighting someone that essentially has a male strength to some degree, right?
And you're constantly getting punched and kicked by that
person, right? So my whole thing is, I am totally for social progression, As an American, I think if it doesn't fucking violate the rights of others and it's not a danger to society, fucking go for it. Whatever floats your fucking boat. You know what I mean? But as soon as it becomes an issue of competitive integrity, right? I don't feel like your perception of how you perceive yourself should come into play. It shouldn't put into a quandary the issue of competitive integrity that we try to hold sanctified. It shouldn't violate it.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks for any sport.
Football,
especially
basketball,
combat sports.
Whatever you want to call combat sports, definitively.
Sports in particular.
Yeah.
My man, you're getting slammed, thrown, punched, kicked, elbowed, kneed, you name it, by someone who's biologically a male. And listen, man, I'm sorry. I don't know about these gentlemen over here. I personally don't give a fuck what your opinion is on the matter of transgenderism. I don't care if you do it, by all means. Mm-hmm. But that's like saying, you know what? You're going to get men who are on a shitty diet, no supplements, and much less steroids.
And still stronger than you.
And they're going to fight Yoel Romero roided to the gills, right? To the fucking gills, and on top of that, a 10-pound weight advantage. Who cares? How is that fair?
That's
It's not a
fair.
fair. When you're watching sports, it's for fair competition.
And in
The best of the
fairness,
best.
sports has to be continuous across the spectrum. You know,
Exactly.
If girls can enter let's say men can enter the WNBA and play, right?
Like Joanna,
I don't want to see
Fucking God, LeBron and the
Labrina.
WNBA.
I don't want to see
Labrina.
Labrina fucking dunking on Samantha every fucking time they play.
when none of
That's
these women, I'm sorry, when none of these women can even fucking dunk.
Yo, if you take one NBA player, just one,
It would work.
takes
the
out.
whole
No,
team.
no, no, no. Like, just think about it for a second. Just think about one NBA player that you think could beat an entire WNBA team. Who's it gonna be?
I mean, any of them.
All right, that's fucked up.
No,
That's almost
like 1 on 5 the
one
whole
on
game.
five.
1 on 5.
Dog.
For the whole game.
Hey,
Is that a thing? There's no
hey,
way.
hey,
I'm asking hypothetically.
Okay, 1 on 5.
Hypothetically.
Giannis, LeBron, Curry,
AD probably.
Curry, Anthony Davis.
Curry's a little too small to beat.
It doesn't matter. Curry,
Steph
Curry would be
will
burying
launch
every
from
shot.
motherfucking from the logo every single time. Who's gonna fucking stop him, bro?
No,
You gonna
not
tell
even
me?
that. Hey, Curry
Come
may be
on.
6'3". He can weave around these women, dunk on these.
Who's the
6'9"
tallest chick in the
women.
WNBA? I don't even watch
6'9".
the WNBA. I can't tell you.
6'9". I don't know their names, but 6'9". I think
Nah,
like the
well,
tallest woman. But
yeah,
she still can dunk.
About 6'9",
She can
6'11".
dunk?
No, well, there's like 2 of them. That can
Yeah,
dunk,
but like
that
when
can
no
actually
one's
dunk.
guarding her, does that
No, of
really
course, it's gotta
count?
be
When no one's
uncontested.
guarding you?
I mean, a dunk is a dunk. I'm gonna give credit where credit is
dunk
due.
is
Hey, if you're 6'9", the dunk is not a dunk. It better be a dunk. All right. If you're 6'9",
I ain't expecting
you
no
need
win, bro.
everybody out
Slap
the
it with
fucking. No. At least, I mean, you have to be somewhat contested. You have to be able to, run. Not just like everyone's out the way. Okay, dribble.
Also, just
Yeah,
standing
but-
under the rim
but
by
there's
himself.
There's literally only like 2 of them that could do that in the entire
The
league.
entire
Dog,
league.
I've seen them without being contested. It's like flop.
Okay, it's just like
Man, the difference is that different.
Flop. Bro, it's so bad. It's
Wow.
So
like there's no like jump into
There
their
is
dunks.
no hop. So
It's
you're
just a
either
little-
7 feet tall or you can't dunk. Yeah.
Wow. Well, like I said, for my audience out there, I don't watch too much WNBA basketball, obviously.
no one does.
Let me tell you though, bro. You play a 1-on-1 against a girl that can actually play, you get humble real quick.
No,
Let me
she'll
tell you.
smoke me,
She'll
but
smoke
I'm
you.
not
Yeah,
a
yeah.
professional, am I? I'm not a
No,
professional.
not
You
even,
are, right? Oh.
not even a professional, bro. You get humbled by a fucking college girl real quick, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna
I don't play
These
basketball.
females
I
can
watch
ball.
it.
I do.
But what's funny is most of these
So
women,
much she watches
not most.
WNBA.
A lot of these women are actually saying that they can body some of the NBA players. So I'm like,
Well,
Now you tripping.
Let's
Now you
stop on the
tripping.
breaks real
This is over
quick.
there.
Basketball.
This is the breaks real quick.
Remember, to
Any-
make the
hey,
argument fair, we had to give you 5, your whole team, and we put 1, and then think about it.
Unpopular opinion, all right? Unpopular opinion. Or maybe it's a popular opinion, I'm not sure. Literally any basketball player, bench players, can smoke the very best of the WNBA player, one-on-one.
No. That's
One-on-one.
obvious. That's obvious.
Okay, thank you.
Like the 15th man on the bench, they can play. Like understand.
No, these niggas-
there
these
for a
guys are
reason.
there
They're
for
just
exactly.
the backups. There's people that can play better.
But they're in
they
the
can
NBA,
play.
yeah.
They can-
But
there's
they're
a
the
reason
best of the
they're
world,
Yeah.
yeah. And if they went to the WNBA, you got, man, who's... Pick any random
So you
player.
know what
Pick
we
any
gotta do?
random
We gotta go to not the bench players in America. What if we go to like the
school.
Asian league?
No. High school players.
High school?
All right, yeah.
You wanna go to high school?
I want to talk who LaMelo Ball in high school would body most of these women.
LaMelo Ball?
LaMelo
He
Ball.
doesn't. He hasn't even put on weight yet.
Dog, right? He still hasn't put on weight, and he's
Nah,
doing
that
really
man
well.
still got
Yeah.
years to go, but
Plenty of years to
he's
go.
a kid.
I want to give the girls. Again, we're still talking about 5-on-1.
Yeah, I'm 5-on-1.
No.
5 of them gotta be able to defend this nigga. Come on.
Oh no, yeah.
Come on, they gotta just tackle him. And hang on to his shorts.
On a
Whatever you
one-on-one.
gotta
On
do.
a one-on-one, is there any WNBA player?
One-on-one.
Whether you know or
One-on-one?
not,
Oh,
right, that
nah,
can
nah.
beat any NBA
Probably
player.
not.
No.
Probably
All right, let's
not.
move on.
Yeah. But we love you, women. We love that you go out there and you play your hardest. All that
But
shit.
we also laugh when you say that you can body an NBA player. 'cause
But that's
you
not
know
your
it ain't
fault.
true.
That's not your fault.
It's partly your fault for
We love that you look cute out there and you show your ball and you're mad competitive. We love all that shit. That's just gangster.
We
stuff.
like
Lower
that
the
you
rim
think
to
you can
9
ball
feet.
better. We like that they think they can ball better than some of the NBA players.
Yeah, it makes for good laughs and subtopics.
This is gonna fucking trigger.
Listen, anybody in the WNBA is watching this. If you want to play 1v1 against any of us, we're with it.
Yeah, you can take her.
Not
You can-
me. I didn't
you
talk
can feel
shit for
good
a
about
reason.
yourselves when you beat us as professionals and we're scrubs. But you can't
guarantee
beat the NBA players.
This,
I'm with
this
it.
nigga broke his ankle one time walking onto a ship. He won't play basketball no more. You want to break his other ankle? Be my guest.
Be my guest, bro.
The only way George
I
is
am
playing
not the
basketball is if he has like
pinnacle
a Power Ranger suit.
of athleticism. But if you say you are, I'm gonna challenge that. You know, that's all it is. It's simple.
Wait, how the fuck? Anyway, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
We got completely off the. Joe Rogan talks a lot of shit. Caitlyn Jenner, right? Caitlyn Jenner once had was of the opinion that transgender should be allowed to go into other sports, you know, whatever that is. Recently changed her mind. Said, I feel like in the interest
I
of
heard that,
fairness, girls that were once men should play in men's sports. Men that were once girls should play in girls' sports.
First thing of sensibility that came out of Caitlyn Jenner's mouth for the first in a while. But yeah, I agree.
Social
Literally
issues should not defy the sanctity of fairness.
Exactly. When you have just about every health expert saying that, regardless of transitioning or not, whether you do it properly or not, a male, biological male, or however you want to play around with the terms to make it as confusing as possible, a biological male is always going to be physically stronger, right, and have more bone density, muscle density, et cetera, than a female. So let's just say for the sake of comparison, right, those persons are equally skilled. Again, like I mentioned earlier, one has the advantage. I'm not saying that female isn't more skilled than that biological male, perhaps even more skilled. But what happens when one hit
at a
just
certain
completely
point.
breaks her face? The level of strength is
It's not comparable.
Indifferent.
Right.
It's not.
A different tier.
So yeah, I agree with Caitlyn Jenner on that 100%.
Completely reasonable. I mean, even in the anime I watched, you know.
I don't know, man. Some anime females be fucking
Yeah,
popping.
Tsunade. You want to talk about Tsunade in Naruto? Tsunade had them
bro.
hands, but
She
you
had
know what
them
I'm
hands.
saying? Tsunade was not.
Tsunade
top
had
five.
hands compared to like a normal individual, but not in the Naruto world. No, she did
Yeah.
not.
Even amongst the Hokage, you know, she was the only female Hokage.
She was like the weakest one, or tied for the weakest. If you want to have that argument, everyone argues Kakashi and Tsunade.
She wasn't top five.
But even so, she's in the bottom two.
I'm saying,
Kakashi
you know,
But that's more the writing. It's a different argument, but I get
I'm
what you're
saying,
saying.
you know, whatever. It was.
Like someone purposely created
But
her
within the
to
realm
be that
of
bad.
reality,
Yes.
yeah, this is where we are.
Had to feel
It
better.
is what it is. This is where we are. You know, it's
It is-
confusing, but at the end of the day, you know, facts are there.
Hey, is there like a female golf division that's famous? Is there?
I don't know.
I don't
of a
think
male
so.
golf division that's famous. So you're asking the wrong guy.
Do you know the name Tiger Woods? Then you
I know.
Okay, well then.
Division, son, not player.
I mean, but you know something. There's
he's in a
nothing.
division.
I'm saying that there's nothing about female
what's the
golf.
name of that division? Shut the fuck up. What's the name of that division?
Exactly. PGA.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Don't lie.
PGA.
You're lying. You're guessing.
Well, no, he's right.
Is it right?
I know it's a PGA Tour. Is it called PGA?
but that's not the men's division. That's
Okay,
just like the
That's the division that has men in it.
We don't know what we're talking about.
I'm
when it
not
comes to
kidding.
this.
There's no women in the, there's no women in the PGA. That's the men's division.
I don't know shit about golf, bro. You're asking.
You swing a golf club, you put the ball
Get
in the
with the
fucking hole.
Brogram
What's the
is not
no?
about golf,
Tiger
guys.
was good at that shit. That's all I
Tiger
need to
Woods,
know.
Jack Nicholson. No, not Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, the actor.
Jack Nicholas. That's his name.
The motherfucker from Anger Management.
Here's Johnny, motherfucker.
Goose Fraba.
Jack Nicholson.
I'm like, something like that.
I know
Jack
fucking
Nicklaus.
this nigga from the Cowboys. Oh my god, I forgot the last quarterback.
What, Tony Romo?
Tony Romo has to play a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Anyway, so why the fuck did I bring up golf? Oh, was there a female division? I think golf. The reason why I said that is because I think women would be really good at golf.
They
Women
are.
are
There's no
fantastic at
physical
mixed-
contact.
Not even. Women are fantastic at
They're
mixed
great.
martial
They're great at
arts.
details, right? They always notice shit, right? So they'll be able to like.
What do you think golf is like? What are you trying to say?
Golf is more about
It's
precision.
about precision is
how
details.
hard to hit your fucking.
You're talking. You're detail oriented is not the
Yeah.
same. What?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Listen.
Ladies, you see how they try to tear? I try to side with y'all and boost y'all up, and my niggas here
By
trying to
giving a
stop me.
compliment, that's not.
That's a reasonable compliment. Thank you.
It's just the comparison was weird. Listen.
I don't feel like it was
I
far-fetched.
think-
It's not that weird.
What sport
I mean,
do
it is
you
weird.
think of? Let me ask y'all. What sport can you think of that's the most entertaining to watch when it's women?
Soccer.
Really? Interesting. You?
100%.
Volleyball.
Well, I'm talking.
Hey yo, and in. Thank you.
Man, when was the last time you watched a volleyball match?
So we got volleyball, we got soccer. What would you say?
Well, I'm talking strictly U.S. men's. I'm not talking about in general. I'm talking about like.
So I'm saying professional sports.
Yeah.
Of all the existing professional sports that you've watched, right? When it comes to female divisions, right? Just exclusive female sections.
No, like
what do you think is the most entertaining?
I think the U.S. women's team is a lot more entertaining than compared to the U.S. men's.
On some real shit, MMA.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's what
MMA low key surprised me when it came out.
Females in MMA.
These females can throw them hands.
Some of my favorite fights ever are the female fights.
Female fights.
Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, or however you pronounce her last name.
Y'all gotta tell
the last card. Rose Namajunas. One click. Bah!
Let's talk about the MMA fights that I
Zhang
missed.
Weili took the title back. First woman to ever take the championship back.
How'd that fight go? Was it like a lot of stand up?
Dog, it was like 30 seconds long. I don't know. It was like a minute.
Damn, like that?
They were like, just fighting it off a little bit. And then Rose, it was such a beautiful kick because she didn't even like throw herself back that much. So to make it seem like she was going for a head kick, she was just standing normally and went for a kick that Zhang Weili, I guess, thought was a body kick. So what happened is Zhang Weili goes,
misjudged the angle.
To guard her body,
ribs, yeah.
And she just
took it to the chin.
Right there in the fucking chin.
She was arguing that the fight stopped too early.
Yeah, but
right?
I mean that's what happens with a lot of these fighters when they get concussed, man. So when you get hit,
some of them go to sleep.
Yeah, I feel like they can keep going.
Yeah. So no, it's not even that. It's your lights go out even if your eyes
and you're
might
in
be
shock.
open.
Yeah.
But when you come back, like you don't know exactly where. You're like 1 second you're here. And then in a second, like, wait a minute, what happened? No, I was still fighting.
Why is her nickname Thug Rose? I'm trying to find that right now.
Everybody has a name,
which was the one I fell in love with?
I don't know where she got Thug Rose, but that's what it Rose was.
Which is the one I fell in love with? Cortez.
Oh, Cortez.
Oh my! That was an amazing fight.
Cortez, that was a
great fight. But also, she's fine.
She's pretty.
That's crazy. Thug Rose.
Yeah, I know you were going crazy for Cortez.
Thug Rose is 115 pounds, and she would genuinely clap the shit out of me at 210 pounds.
Is that because she'll land every hit?
She'll clap the living shit out of me.
Every fucking hit. You'll think she's gonna go for a fucking jab, and she goes, well, flying knee, and your ass is in the floor asking what happened.
And I think that's sexy. Need to fuck out.
That's why Andres fell in love with Cortez.
No. I said it's hot that she can whoop ass because then if I'm in a fight, she's gonna help. He wants to get whooped. There's a big difference.
Interesting.
I'm just saying.
That's I don't mind
true?
getting
So
one.
you can slap my ass all
No.
day,
I've heard Chris say the same thing about Ronda Rousey and Michelle Rodriguez. They could whoop my ass any day. At this point, he wants to get his ass whooped by a female.
Listen, I'm just saying if
Everyone's got a kink,
that's
it's
what you're
okay.
into, I'm not against.
What you're into.
Own your truth.
No, just say it. That's what I'm into.
You like to be choked.
Some people like to be choked. Some people
gotta
like
reverse.
feet. You like people to beat your ass. It's cool.
End scene. No, it's good episode. Nah, bro, definitely not. But it is what it is.
You should have
Okay,
been
wait.
there.
Have you seen the Entourage movie?
Nah, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so have you guys seen it?
No.
All right, so Ronda Rousey's in the movie, and the guy Turtle, he has to fight Ronda Rousey. I forget what I think if he lasts 30 seconds in the ring,
he gets a fucker.
He gets a fucker.
It's like if you last, no, he's like if you last this whole round, you get to fuck me.
Yeah, and obviously
Ronda
Ronda Rousey said that to Turtle, the guy that he's fighting. So imagine you think
Chris is about to train right now.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. That's a little bit of a sugar.
We're going to top team real quick. We're gonna work on a top team real quick.
All
Bro.
I'm saying.
That's the first time I'll see Chris stumble. She'll be like, "Hey, if you last a round, you get to fuck me." Oh, hold up, I don't know why you playing all that. I don't know about that.
Listen,
Stop playing.
Mama told me never to hit a woman, but
So Mayweather wants to fight both Logan brothers.
I'm with
Or both Paul brothers. The
Boxing
same
is
freaking
dying,
night.
and it's sad, but I've seen this.
It's turning into it's just reality TV show. This point.
Reality TV show mixed with WWE, mixed with just fake fights, man. It's
like
just
old
so bad,
old
so bad.
basketball. Old boxing stars that have long retired. Like fucking.
Are you guys with
And
this though? Like,
YouTubers.
what
Yeah.
you guys-
I'm not honestly like there's part of me it's like okay it's kind of cool like maybe I'll watch it just because it's two fights and like for one night that seems interesting but the other part of me is like I feel like you're shitting on boxing to be honest with you. It's so like
it is shitting on it. It is shitting on it. You're not getting the best versus the
they're
best.
diminishing.
But you know what
it's not
though?
about the best. It's just like you're now you're literally doing it as a joke. It's like, oh, well, what happened if this entertainer fought this guy? Find out. It's just, that's what it feels like.
But I feel like this is capturing a new audience, because now I feel like for most boxing fans, there's not a lot of die-hard boxing fans. You're either an MMA guy or you're just like a casual fan.
Not necessarily true, bro. Not necessarily true. Listen, boxing brings in way more views than MMA does, even including the UFC, the biggest organization in all of MMA currently. They bring in plenty of money.
Maybe it's just me and how I view it. I just feel like boxing is not promoting their fighters like they used to, or they're just not as marketable fighters as they used to be.
Why you say that, George? You feel like you got numbers to back that up?
Oh,
you
absolutely.
read that shit?
I mean, well, unless they're false, but the Jake Paul fight with Ben Askren, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, first of all, I already knew how that was going. Ben Askren has the worst boxing that's ever existed in all of MMA, all right? Because he's one of the best wrestlers and had zero. His boxing was this. I can outbox that man. So when you get Jake Paul, who's bigger than him, first of all, and has some type of training, he's going to mess him up. So what you have is this YouTuber clown.
Styles make fights.
Right? Styles do make fights.
And this nigga had
but
like
there's no style.
Zero style.
Zero style. Right? And so you got a clown over here who's bigger, right? He picks and chooses fight. That's like me saying like, I'm the toughest guy in the world, but I'm only going to fight women. Right, or I'm only gonna fight people who have no skill in whatever I'm doing. Right,
yeah.
You're gonna get guys who are used to kicking, wrestling, and all stuff, and not so much boxing. At least in particular his case. And you're gonna fight him. You're gonna get Nate Robinson, a 5'8" basketball player who has zero skill in boxing. Right,
he's a basketball player. Yeah.
But you also chose the smallest basketball player. Right?
On top of it, right?
You don't see him fighting.
That's just true, actually.
You don't see him fighting Giannis. Fight Giannis, dog. Zero boxing skill, excuse me.
At least then it would be kind of even.
Body.
Yeah.
No, Giannis would body him. That like fucking 300-inch reach and fucking
300-inch
like
reach. I mean, he does have like a gigantic reach.
This guy's 7 feet tall. But point is, you have this actor now taking over most of the attention of this sport, which is like all sports, right? And supposed to be getting the best of the best and pin them against each other for the purpose of entertainment and to identify who is the best of all these that are the best in the world. And then you got this one guy who's, picking and choosing all of his fights, the easiest fights.
You know what it really is? It's that
joke.
In all these sports, like, basketball, football, boxing, at the end of the day, it is like you're saying, it's a whole competitive nature. It's them doing this because they love it. And then the entertainment aspect is the byproduct of it. We enjoy watching, I think so. We enjoy watching it because of good athleticism.
No, that's why you watch sports in general. Why do you watch fights in particular?
To see who's the strongest fighter.
To see who fucks shit
You
up
want to
the
see
most.
who gets their ass whooped.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, sure. And
Isn't that the same thing? You said the same thing.
Maybe it's different because I like to see skill. I know what I'm watching. I know if someone knows when they're throwing like a good jab, when
So
someone
you just prove my point.
throws that shoulder
In
roll.
fairness,
So you just proved my point.
That I like to see skilled
You're
fights.
looking at it from an athletic perspective, right? That's how I believe the athletes see it as well. The entertainment part is a byproduct.
You know
It just
what's becoming?
that we like to watch it.
The
I
fight
feel
game?
like the boxing is the opposite. It's so much like this is entertainment first now.
But
the
it's
sports
such
shit comes after.
Right, and that's how you're killing the sport because
That's
it's a
what I'm
sport
saying.
of skill and strength.
But that's why I'm saying that I feel like this captures a new audience, because if you're a real boxing fan, you're trying to watch the Deontay Wilders,
Right.
the Tyson Furies, Anthony Joshua's, Canelo's, all of them, all of those guys. But it's capturing a younger audience. Anybody that's into YouTube.
I mean, of course,
Jake Paul talks a bunch of shit. So people want to. People hate him.
That's always
people
They want to see him get it. I understand.
But where do you draw the line?
I understand how they're doing it. I understand that it's a new audience. That doesn't change the fact that it's still
Is what it is.
Yeah, it's still.
It is killing the
It's a
sport
cringe
in a
fest,
sense.
and it is killing the sport because look, it might be good for the short term, but the fans that you're bringing are in reality people that are here right now and not later because they don't really care about the sport. They're just like, oh yeah,
Exactly.
Paul,
It's a
Justin
stunt.
Bieber
It's a
showing
marketing
up.
stunt.
It's a marketing stunt.
And then once the
Which can't
stunt's
go on
over,
forever.
people are
Exactly.
gonna go.
The second the music stops, that shit's over, and you're also taking away from the ability of these professionals who have worked their entire lives to get to this point from getting that recognition,
Diminishing their
getting those
sacrifice.
fights. Exactly. you're literally shitting on everything they've done so far because Jake Paul talks a lot of shit.
Yeah, and then when you got these,
it's a half-ass fight. It's such a boring fight every time.
So
then when you get these former athletes coming out to do this shit, I feel like you're shitting on your reputation, your legacy, in my opinion.
No,
I think so by doing this.
Okay,
why?
First of all,
why would you even?
Because Ben Askren's reputation is getting knocked out, so he just rolled with it.
Well, I didn't. He doesn't have. You have to have a reputation, have a good reputation. I didn't mean him.
Okay.
But for a guy like Ben Askren, like his rep is gone. He just got the bag from
he got the bag, so I don't blame him.
He got what, 500K, which is
plus whatever
I think they added like 8 of his fights. He got 800K.
Yeah.
So
wow, yeah. So that was worth it for him.
You get what I mean?
I would say the fight game, and specifically boxing, it's mirroring what's happened with the rap game, over the last 10, 15 years.
I agree.
Where in the beginning, rap was all about in the streets, like you had to be talented, you had to have street cred,
it's real,
right? Niggas had to have lyrics, flow, all this type of shit. No random nigga just come out the streets, try to be entertaining and fucking get street cred like that and make it. And you got to make a name for yourself through grinding in the fucking.
Now it's really all about just who can get the most clout.
Yeah.
Really. What is the most marketable? What's the most wow factor? It's gonna make you.
Boxing's going pop.
It isn't like before, like you were saying with rap, that it's like, they happen to be telling a serious message or maybe even a fun song and you go along with it. Now it's just
going pop. Mm-hmm.
Now it's just make a trap beat, make it catchy, and that's it.
Yeah,
hose in his house.
Hose in his house. Boxing gotta get the hose out of the house. That's the problem.
Yeah, until there's no more hoes left, bro, because there's nobody willing to watch that fucking circus show that is boxing.
All right, so then at what point, where do you believe that would stop, that whole charade?
Should or would? Two different questions.
Yeah, very two different.
Should stop?
Should or would?
Like, how do you? Yeah,
shouldn't have started.
Not should have started. What would stop it completely?
I don't think it will.
It'll only stop when honestly these people have no clout left to work off of, or the fans stop watching. Well, that's not gonna happen.
About that clout is
exactly.
Clout runs out, right? Clout runs out.
But does it?
But then there's new people.
Hey, but you can only milk the. We have no talent, but we talk a lot of shit and we're famous elsewhere thing. So now we're gonna join boxing thing, right? You can only milk that so far. Again, we watch sports to see the best of the best because that produces the most entertaining outcome. That produces the most competitive outcome. When we're watching some lame ass dude,
when you're watching a guy like Jake Paul,
yeah, like Jake Paul,
like, yo, fuck this guy. I just want to see him get knocked out.
And he knows that.
And I'm gonna be real. I think it's more likely that they just get more and more outlandish and crazier ways, so it's not even recognizable than they are stopping.
And then it's
some new shit. I don't even know.
So maybe the sport will survive and transition to something like mixture of boxing and WWE where it takes away reality.
They're boxing over like a fucking open volcano.
He's boxing on an active volcano. Yeah.
Yes.
Jake Paul versus Slug. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, the WWE sometimes is entertaining because you see some of the overacting they do and it's hilarious.
But it's satire. Yeah. It's there to fuck around. Boxing is
it's supposed to be serious,
right? You don't watch basketball, right? To watch Quavo. I mean, maybe in the All-Star game, but you don't watch Quavo versus
J. Cole.
a dwarf versus J. Cole.
You would watch that
versus the world's tallest woman who has no basketball skills.
But that's how media runs the game, man. Like they'll try to build narratives like, oh, this guy has beef with this guy, and then now you want to watch it more.
I understand, but see, and even from going back to the other point, like, so there's a show that you got to get on it. Godfather of Harlem. If you're not watching it, it's dope as shit. So in the season 2 just came out, and you're seeing a little bit more of Muhammad Ali. So when you see a little bit of his training, you see like what boxing was back then, and then you see like to hear about the fucking Paul brothers and this shit, and you're just like, wow. It's crazy how different it is. Like if those boxers would come see what it is today, I genuinely feel like they'd be rolling over.
I love that you brought up Godfather of Harlem right there, because as a form of media, right? It's everything, right? The way control works, the way money. If it makes money, it makes sense. 50 Cent said that shit, right? So
in Get Rich That Trying.
Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure.
Get rich.
So that nigga, that motherfucker said that shit, right? And even though the integrity of the sport boxing is harmed by this current trend, because it makes money for them, it makes sense. And in the same way, like in Power, 50 Cent made that fucking show. Power was originally good, right, for the first 2 seasons, and we loved it. But as it became diverted off of that original core story into more drama.
You know why?
More
Because
crime.
it
Because
starts,
it's entertaining.
It starts becoming less about the purity of the writing or the sport, and more just about dollars, entertainment.
can make
How
money.
Exactly. It
What would
loses
capture
it.
attention for the shortest period of time, but whatever, we can cash
Right,
out.
milking
And
it, milking
Yeah, and you see it. That's
And
how you
it takes
get
away from
gimmicks. And
quality.
that's how you get gimmicks in sports. You get random things that don't make sense in writing that you see is obvious, trying to just grab your attention with plot twists and all that shit. It fucks in everything.
It fucks with everything.
When you typically when you overthink things,
Selling
especially
out.
things that are good, and you sell out,
Selling out.
People notice that because, well, I mean,
Nobody likes a sellout.
And
Exactly.
no one
Nobody
likes-
fucking
Nobody
likes a
respects
sellout.
a sellout.
And what does it take to sell out? Giving up the quality, giving up the truth in whatever it is.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
And that's what fucks it up. And
Hey
Now-
guys,
now,
save
speaking
this
of that-
fucking episode because eventually we will sell out. So when we do,
So speaking of selling out, actually, I think that's an interesting segue. So,
now sponsored by Microsoft.
right, Fast and Furious is getting a little crazy. Woo! All right,
Ew,
It's
episode
getting-
over.
dog, we're like, how many movies?
All
are
right,
we
all
into
right.
this
So,
shit?
so
Not enough.
9,
So,
10?
so Danny and I are excited as fuck for this movie. I'm ready for this movie.
Fuck
I'm
you.
gonna be in line for that shit.
Patrick, take my place.
I'm actually be real.
I think we're gonna be the only ones in line.
I don't give a shit. We'll be there. Hey, we'll have the whole theater
I
ourselves. I
won't
don't
even
give a shit.
bootleg that shit. Fuck that.
So here's the thing, right?
Patrick,
Let's
take
go,
a place.
Pat. Let's go, Pat. I want you on this segment.
So we got our economist over here. Particles.
I quit.
Oh, you quit?
All right, Chris, you're suspended from
We
the
don't
next
need you
episode.
anyway.
All right.
So Patrick, speaking to
Listen,
the mic.
I still
Yo,
feel
hey,
the
wait,
black
pause.
quota.
I'm sorry. Before you
up?
even continue getting more words in, audience, please, I beg you, in the comments, let us know if you agree or disagree if our homie Patrick here speaks somewhat like Kermit the Frog. Go.
You're a
Wow.
fucker. What was that?
Go.
What kind of introduction? I'm set up for failure. Fucking failure. Where's the
There we
camera?
go. That's all you.
Where's
That's your camera right there.
failure.
Speaks like Patrick Mahomes too. I'm low key. See,
No. Patrick thinks he's Patrick Mahomes. Like in his mind, he was like
No.
he was
I
one
made
football
this
practice
very
away from
clear.
being Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, he was, though.
I was.
One practice away.
Take away
Look.
the fact that he's not very athletic and he stumbles all over himself. He had that arm. He had that arm.
Dude, all those nights, lonely, you develop something.
But anyway, so now we have a guest now, so we're gonna get his input on Fast and Furious 9. So yes, Fast and Furious 9. Danny and I are very excited for
I'm
it.
in. I'm all in.
Now, mind you, I say that knowing I'm not defending the writing. I'm not defending. I know it's trash.
Or plot.
I
or acting.
understand. I'm watching it because I know what I'm getting. I'm getting an over the top.
Bro, it's the commitment that they put into keep going over the top with every film. Every single film.
Bro, in this one, so I bet you anything, they're going into space.
They're
I'm
going
telling
into
you,
space.
mark my words, they're going into space in this ninth
dinosaurs?
one.
With the turbo.
Right?
And
And now,
with the
no,
NOS.
that's the thing. And then there's a rumor, supposedly, that Jurassic Park, it's not that it's going to happen, it's that it's not opposed. Someone said it as a joke, and that Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious would cross over. The director said, hey, never say never, because technically they are owned by the same studio. If they wanted to, we could do that. Then Michelle Rodriguez was said, we've got it. When you get to a point that the franchise is so big, the only thing you can do is try to do crossovers and expand. 'Cause that's what everyone's doing now. The MCU did this shit. DC tried to do that shit. Everyone's trying to do these franchises.
Oh, yeah, because if anybody's been successful at anything, it's DC.
I understand,
Best
but they tried. We didn't say
franchise.
successful. We said they tried. So apparently, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Which, by the way, I would watch the fuck out of that too.
It's like, why are we against it? I want to know.
That
what
would
the
be
hell
so
is
lit.
gonna
Jurassic
happen, bro.
Park, Fast 10 your seatbelts. That's perfect.
Let's fucking go.
By the way, TM, if you use that, we got it. Royalty. Program. We said this.
All right.
Fuck you,
Look,
Fast
so
and
best crossover ever, right? Jimmy Neutron.
And
The
Fairly
Jimmy
Odd Parents.
Timmy Power Hour.
I don't know why. I was thinking
Power
of it
Hour.
all the time.
The Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
Listen,
Why am I
that
so
was
bulgy?
Good. Why am I so bulgy? That was the
Same
best.
network, just bring them together. What's the difference here? Like, you never would have thought PB and J would go together, but here we go.
Until there was that
Now
one
it's the
brave soul.
American- one brave soul.
So Patrick's trying to say we need a pioneer in the movie industry who sees two totally different opposing franchises and says, you know what?
Exactly.
Together. Let's put them together.
Exactly.
Huh?
Jurassic
They're
Park.
going.
and Fast and-
I bet they're going into space in the ninth movie.
They're
Like
equally unrealistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it starts with Jurassic Park, and then we get the Power Rangers, and then we just keep building on from there.
I'm sorry, but if I witness a Power Ranger punch a T-Rex in the fucking snout, I'm gonna lose. That's dope as shit. That is the dopest thing I've ever heard.
Let's go, man. I'm with it.
Drives a charger through a T-Rex's chest. I'm done.
That's lit, actually.
And then we get the Transformers involved.
That's the one I want. Transformers and Fast and Furious. Imagine Vin Diesel and Optimus Prime one last time.
You see, that would make it. That's a crossover.
That's
makes sense.
dope.
That would be a fantastic.
Bro, and then Bumblebee could be with like Paul Walker's son from that movie.
Oh my God! And
That's
he
it.
resurrects.
Huh?
Why is
What?
his son so old?
Save the Earth one last
I
time.
don't know. There's a time skip.
I mean,
but Transformers don't age.
We got Vin Diesel's son coming in the next.
Vin Diesel's 97 years old and he's still racing, one last time.
Let me tell you, bro.
Bro, how many movies did you get? We're 9, 10?
We're on 9 right now. You know what really fucks me about it? It's not the one last time part. It's that every movie ends the same way. It ends with them like having this happy like meal, and he says "Salud familia," and I'm like, you've had like 3 new people every freaking movie, and one of them tried to kill you. Why are your standards so low? Every fucking episode, he adopts new people in this fucking family.
It's
Every
like, hey,
movie.
yo, you on the street? Yeah, just come through.
One
We're all
movie,
family
Jason
here.
Statham and him literally were like in a street fight. I remember because Vin Diesel's line was terrible. Jason Statham's like, "Oh, I've never been in a street fight." Vin Diesel's like, "Well, the street always wins." Then the next episode, the next movie, he saves his son now, and then he's there for the family dinner. I'm like, what the fuck?
And then they fight with a building crumbling
Yes.
on top of them. But,
Hey,
they're
but
like,
what's his
Matter of fact, the villain from the 6th movie is Jason Statham's brother. Both of them were in Fast and Furious 8 at the ending, in the happy ending, because they're
I
family
too
now.
like to have Thanksgiving with people that try to kill me.
That's fucking. It's entertaining. It's not boring.
What's
never
his
know what
whole
can happen.
deal?
They'll
But what's
throw a
his
knife
whole
at you.
deal now that John Cena is this guy's brother?
You know what
Like,
really
where
bugs
did
me about
come
that?
from?
So I read in an interview
No originality.
that Vin Diesel said, "I'm multiracial, so we can really choose almost anybody." And I looked it up. He has, it was English, a little bit of black, Irish, and I think Italian.
So
was
he's
the
what
last
Patrick
one.
thinks he is.
No, not
Yes!
Italian. Not Italian.
Yes!
French. I think it's some French.
Sorry.
So he's got like 4 of those, right?
I was yelling.
It's him,
You
not you.
yelled.
But what's crazy to me
Yeah,
is
close
you think,
enough.
okay, so
I
you're
should be
not
in the Fast and
limited
Furious
by
movies.
by color, skin, or whatever. So shouldn't you at least try to go for someone that looks a little bit like you? And he's like, you know what? We had all these range we could choose from. I chose John Cena. I'm like, what?
I heard
can't see
something
him.
that I don't know who it was that they had an epiphany that John Cena was supposed to be. He was meant to be in this movie. It was
Yeah,
probably Vin
yeah, yeah,
Diesel
it was,
that said it.
I think
But
Vin
can you
Diesel
see him?
he had like a dream
Or
or some
that
shit.
Paul Walker was in his dreams. Like, yo, John Cena. needs to
That's
be
what it
your
was.
brother.
Vin Diesel had a dream that Paul Walker told him John Cena will play his brother. That's what it was. I remember hearing this.
It just
But how did he see him?
And
dream.
I'm going to select super full of shit for $1,000.
What do you mean you can't see him?
You can't.
Let's get
Oh
Mike.
my gosh, so stupid.
I just need Michael. I just need Michael Bay to direct the next movie, and I'm in.
So, directed by
Mullet.
Michael Bay. It has Transformers, Power Rangers, and of course the Fast.
No, it's in Miami. Bad Boys 4.
What was that? What was the title for Bad Boys 3?
Bad Boys for Life.
So what is it?
We
Bad Boys
ain't
Forever? I don't know.
Going
Bad Boys
nowhere.
Forever, but it'd be a
We
4
ain't
and then ever.
Go nowhere.
Because it's also
We
four
can't be
movies.
stopped now. Because it's bad boys for life.
All right, but on that ludicrous note, I think we're gonna call it a night for the episode.
Thank God.
And,
All right, brother Chris is hating.
We appreciate
Damn,
Chris
bro,
for
hater.
joining this segment.
I appreciate y'all joining us.
Yeah.
Remember, Fast and Furious 9, y'all gonna be there with us.
And
And
thanks
y'all
for
will be
having
with us
me.
for Fast and Furious 18.
We
you
had
know,
Kermit the Frog as a
Thank you
guest.
for
I'm
Pat.
clearly an upgrade.
Mahomes.
You know,
Well, you know what? You didn't abandon us during an actual session.
Sterling,
So far, yeah, you might be
You
a
know what?
replacement.
Yeah, you are being the replacement. Fake.